Tied his second highest scoring output of the season already in this first half. Gallegos with the runner. And rolls home. Pitch for Gallegos again. Now Webster head away. 15 to shoot for Gallegos. He'll shoot a guarded three, and he'll hit. It's a long two for Ray Gallegos. Down to Van Slyke. Oh, that's a tough catch. Van Slyke has it knocked out of his hands. Great save by Shields. Head away. First half. Biggs. Gallegos for three. That'll change things up.
Gallegos down to Ubel. That ties the largest Husker lead.
Where they go if the game gets a little tighter down the way. But, I mean, right now, he's been your guy.
Nearly got the pick. Carmody wanted a foul against Nebraska. Didn't get it. Parker. The pitch to Gallegos for a three. Gallegos just hit his first three of this ball game, a huge one. Swapshire knocking that one away. Gallegos backs up for another three. Two leading scorers on these two teams battling there. Gallegos wide open. Third three from the same spot. Where is Northwestern going to find its offense? Nebraska's hunkered down defensively here in the second. The tip by Gallegos, the pass from Ubel, and Gallegos throws it down. Went for the board.
No, Gallegos spent his time in the summer in the weight room and extending his range. Ray's a very good driver, very good finisher. Love his athleticism.
They were down 38-8 in that game.
Three-point attempt by Gallegos. It has been all Baylor, although they have not shot the ball particularly well. Gallegos and gets the friendly roll. Shields able to move it across. Uses the screen. Head away. Shields to the rim and kicks it out. An open three. And you can hear the reaction as gone by in the second half here in San Antonio. Off the steal. Gallegos leading the 2-on-1. Nicely done. And the foul. Oh boy, that's number 4. Up 56-35.
Boy, that should have been number 5 right there. Bedaway totally out of control. Just ran over Franklin.
Gallegos. Continuing with the storyline that began yesterday with a host of surprising scores. By Doug McDermott coming up next. There's the block by Bedaway, stopping Heslick. And Gallegos is able to convert.
In their last 13 games, they made a great run. Big 12 tourney. There's a steal from Gallegos, who swoops in and gets the layup to go.
Franklin tried the lob. It did not work as Austin couldn't handle it. Slightly off. Well, Gallegos is able to drill it.
Mark is which North Carolina team is going to show up. They struggled against the zone last night that Miami threw at them, a very different zone that they'll see out of Syracuse.
Gallegos cuts the Michigan lead to 2. Urban front-rimmed it. The other freshman that Michigan fans are enjoying seeing his development this year. Gallegos, again Gallegos. He's a streaky shooter, and right now he's streaking in the right direction. for Nebraska. You said it last year. He had the hot hand in the loss to Michigan. He had 19. 1-point margin. Albrecht, as he responds with a three of his own.
The scouting report on Spike will tell you he's going to shoot threes. He's going to make threes. He hasn't made a 2-point shot since November 29th against Coppin State.
You think he's feeling it? Ray Gallegos.
With that goal, I think they got it right.
Now here's the turnover. And Gallegos will roll it right in, and Nebraska will roll right to a 1-point lead. Gallegos has 11.
I love the aggressive attack by Glenn Robinson III. Good solid jump stop, elevating, on balance.
Gallegos.
In for Nebraska because Dan, they're without Deverell Biggs, who was late to a team meeting, so he did not make the trip. In and out, a miss by Gallegos.
Amazes me how people don't understand that. And academically, he told me it's the best thing ever for him.
Nebraska with numbers and Gallegos with their first bucket of the game.
You've got the kind of length and size that Pittsford has. Good things are going to happen. It amazes me. A guy tips it once and he doesn't get it and he backs out. Like 6'11", don't back out. He'll be 6'11".
Numbers in the front court, but now Cincinnati able to get back defensively. Gallegos. Now to 10 on the shot clock. Webster driving. Got too far underneath. And the carrots into the hands of Justin Jackson. Troy Copain, one of the true freshmen, now for Cincinnati. And here is Kilpatrick, who misses a three.
Let's take Indiana and Kentucky. If Indiana and Kentucky don't make the NCAA tournament, that's on their coaches and who they've scheduled. I mean, Kentucky hasn't beaten anybody. Indiana's only beaten Washington. You've got to get some wins. You should never jog in basketball up and down the floor. It's amazing what you can find if you sprint. Whether it's a post guy, whether it's a wing shooter.
Greg Penaway back in with his 2 fouls here with under 12.5 minutes to go. Gallegos shoots his three that he knocks down, and there's the shot you're talking about there.
He's got to make them, and he can't turn them down.
Smith hands it off to Penaway. Gallegos penetrating, finds Smith. And it looks like Copain just picked up his second.
I think Nebraska trying to hide Petway a little bit.
Nathan Hawkins now in the game. One of the guard spots for Nebraska. Here's Smith trying to back down Jackson. Back out. Gallegos.
Telling you.
That's an impressive shot. Kilpatrick, his first field goal of the game. 3 points, also a point from the line. Screen from Smith. Gallegos will pick and roll. And there he goes to the rim. Leslie Smith.
Hey, that was terrific. That was big-time athletic on the move with body control. Little pick and roll.
Justin Jackson. This is a guy that Mick Cronin is depending on to do a lot more scoring this year. He can't score there with the left hand.
Yeah, you can see when Justin Jackson is on the block, they throw it to him. You know, there's a lot of guys, and that means they trust him, and as you said, they want him to score.
And the Big Ten, different styles of play. Big Ten much more physical.
Yeah.
Gallegos driving. Follow the floor.
Yeah, you have to, you know, the physicality of leagues may be a little bit down this year because of the way, the new emphasis. But historically, the Big Ten has been a league where terrific athletes on the wing, great point guards, but you need a couple guys inside that just simply are going to get it done. And if you don't, you get beat up pretty good. So I think Smith for Nebraska is one of those guys.
Well, that was Ray Gallegos' first free throw of the season.
Unbelievable.
First of the season, which he knocks down. He has 9 points now in this game. And he hits them both. Webster trying to go baseline on Gwynn. From the corner, Gallegos a three. Rebounded off the floor by Smith. Pass though behind Gallegos, who has to slow it down.
Throw it inside. Smith was working hard.
Had away a two. Short. Rebound. Shields back out. Gallegos open three. Good. Gallegos. Screen from Petaway. Jumper from Gallegos. Gallegos. Webster hitting a three.
Shot clock at 6. Gallegos first 2 points for Nebraska.
You don't have the typical or the prototypical point guard for Nebraska, so you should pressure the ball.
Now Gallegos. That is a long 2-pointer for Gallegos. Minnesota by 15. Williams 5 of 6 from the field. 3-pointer is up and good by Gallegos. Well, that was their 15th offensive possession for Minnesota. They've scored on 11 of them. As Ray Gallegos answers with a three, he is already in the double figures with 10. There's Gallegos. He's had the hot hand early on. Siobhan Shields working his way to the baseline. He is trapped by Oceanics. Gallegos. That one rolls out. And so a couple looks at it there for the Gophers. Come out of there with nothing. 10-point lead for Minnesota. Gallegos again. Got it. Ray Gallegos has 13. The native of Nebraska, 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year in that state, gets his first 2. He was saying, I mean, it's not like we have to shoot 50%, 40%. Is that too much to ask for?
He even asked, he stretched it a little bit, Dave. He said, can I get to 41? Just let me get to 41.
Well, they're 54 so far in this game. Here's David Rivers. Eliason cuts him off. So Minnesota looked like Nebraska was making a bit of a run there, but the lead back out to 14 as Ubell comes to get the inbounds pass as Nebraska tries to break the pressure. A 7-0 run right back at him for Minnesota after the Huskers had a 10-2 run of their own.
Well, the next step for this Nebraska team is you find your point guard that is a playmaker. That when you're going through these lulls.
How about that? There's a playmaker point guard.
Let me explain something. Watch how hard Gallegos comes off the screen, okay? This is every day in practice. That's why it's so natural in a game that he gets to his spot, gets in his shooting motion, and is able to rise and fire and make the shot. That's because he does it every day in practice.
Well, he's certainly doing it today. I guess a playmaker 2-guard there from Ray Gallegos, whatever you call him. He has 16 points, misses the free throw. So again, Nebraska not doing themselves any favors at the stripe, but the Huskers back within 11. Andre Hollins now. We wind down towards the 6.5-minute mark of the first half here in Minneapolis. Holman, another off-balance shot. Kind of the second one he shot off balance. And Nebraska chance to get it back into single figures. Gallegos has been red hot.
Think about the mentality. If you're Nebraska, if you got down early big, but now you're fighting your way back in. If you can cut this lead under 10. We were talking to the coaching staff how they wish he had another year. Just because of his development, you know what I mean? His development is there. He can play this game. If he had one more year,
I really like what he can do. Put the ball on the deck, can shoot the ball, can pass.
Gallegos with another 2. He is really having a great half. 18 points. Already 40 points here in the first half for Minnesota. I mean, remember, they've averaged 46 points for the game over the last 2, so they have certainly imposed their will on this game, Jimmy.
Well, I like their focus, in particular on the defensive end. Yes, they've given up some easy baskets, but for the most part, they've been straight up, and now you force the ball to come back out.
Shields.
That's why I'm over here.
Gallegos with 3 on the shot clock gets the roll. A long 2 for Gallegos. He has 20 in the first half. Much better execution here against the zone for the Gophers these last 2 possessions.
Well, patience, but Nebraska is not as active in their zone as Northwestern.
There's Talley. Gallegos trying to get going, and he hits a 2.
And Nebraska.
He's been preparing for this from the get-go. He played at the University of Mary as Gallegos hits the 3-pointer. So Gallegos has
in the paint right there, Dave.
How good has Ray Gallegos been?